Hey guys, hey. Hope everyone can hear me okay. I'm out getting ready to transplant some beets. And I grew some, and so I'm getting ready to transplant them. And for those of you that don't know, um Lowe's, Home Depot. Home Depot now has their soil on sale. 4 for 10. They still have their soil on sale if you guys have not been over there to get those. So I'm out trying to get these beets transplanted because we're getting ready to get a lot of rain. And yeah, this is my first live TikTok video. Hi Chris, thanks for joining me. This is my first TikTok live video, so just bear with me. Can you hear me okay? So over here I will be transplanting some beets, like I said, in the shade. I know you see this tall romaine is getting ready to bolt, so I'll probably be just giving that to the girls. Hello everyone, Amy, William, Monty. Hello everyone. Again, this is my first TikTok live video. And again, I'm transplanting some beets today. If you guys are new and are not following me, if you would like for me to do a quick garden tour, I can. I am in North Carolina, Southeast North Carolina, Zone 8A. Cumberland County is where I am. So I got some Miracle Grow in-ground soil here is what I'm using. Again, hello everybody that's joining. I really appreciate you taking the time out. Let me just give you guys a quick live garden tour. Let me just give you guys a quick live garden tour. If I can figure out how to turn this camera around. How do I turn this camera around? I don't know. There we go. So I got it. So this is what I have going on from this point of view. So we have all of our tomato plants right here. We have some cherry tomatoes right there and right there. These are top-notch collards that I have harvested already. And then back over here we have some cucumbers. That's my herb box back there. And then this is my squash row. All of my squashes are there. They're all in containers and or baskets. These two baskets right here are okra. We have some Swiss chard right there. Peppers. That's another squash. And then here we have, that's broccoli. And that's just 3 cabbages right there. Right here we have strawberries, and then we have a cabbage bed over there as well. This arch is where my loofahs are going to grow. So that's where my loofahs are. And let's see, over there, right there, we have peppers. That is a rescue Meyer lemon that I found that they thought was dying, but it is not. And it's actually got flowers and baby lemons coming. This is my chaos box that I threw a bunch of things down, and a little bit of everything is coming up in here. And we got cabbage, we got and a little bit of everything is coming up in here. And we got cabbage, we got this is my Concord grapevine that I started last year. So I don't know if I'm gonna get grapes on it this year or not, but that's what that is. Over here in this bed, we have a kiwi growing on the end and string beans growing inside. This one we have sweet potatoes and pole beans and sugar snap peas. This is my watermelon pool. I did go watermelon in that pool last year and it did well, so I did it again this year. This is also a Meyer lemon tree. As you see, it has baby lemons on it as well. That is a Metheny plum. This is a Georgia bell peach. And as you see, my trees are in containers. And then right here you have, see, I have quite a bit of peaches growing on it. This is a Honeycrisp apple tree. This is a Granny Smith apple tree. This is my cantaloupe pool. Same thing, I grew cantaloupe in this pool last year, and we're just going to try it again this year. This is my raspberry bush, and as you see, it is loaded with raspberries. And this is my blackberry bush, and it too is loaded with blackberries. Right here we have a muscadine vine. I planted this, I think, October of last year. And then right there is another blackberry bush that I rooted from that one because I accidentally broke a piece. And that is that right there. So that is pretty much, and I have chickens over there. I have 6 hens. I have 2. That is pretty much, and I have chickens over there. I have 6 hens. I have 2 golden comets. I have 2 Americanas. I have a lavender Orpington, and I have 1 hybrid. So I get green, brown, pink, and white eggs is what we have going on over there. So that is pretty much what my garden looks like. So back to what I was doing over here. Well, this comes with trial and error, I guess. I pretty much grew up around farming. My great grandfather had acres of farming, and he had 14, 15 children. So back then that is pretty much how they survived, by planting gardens, and having livestock. So that's pretty much how they survive. So that's actually where I learned. I grew up in Pennsylvania. You probably can't tell that from my accent, but I did. And so during the summers, I would go down and spend time with my dad and his family. And so during the summertime, while all my cousins was running around playing, I was helping my grandfather in the garden, and or helping my grandmother in the house. She did a lot of canning and things like that, or as we call it, shelling beans and stuff. So those were the things that I enjoyed doing as a kid. And so, and then that once I became an empty nester, I had all this extra time. I've always gardened on some scale, but I've never had a garden this big. And so now I am gardening on a larger scale. I don't have acres of land. I garden right in my backyard. I am about to do a complete garden revamp because I want to get rid of all the pots. But other than that, uh, it's so peaceful. I come out here and I really enjoy being out here in my garden. And most of the time, if you can't catch me out here in my garden, you can usually catch me in the gym. So I'm either gardening or in the gym. Oh, yeah. So he had 15 kids too. Yeah. And they were all boys. He had one girl. My Aunt Lily fell like toward the end, but I think she's maybe third or fourth from the end or something like that. But there's only one girl. There's only one girl. There's only one girl. And I truly think out of all of us, we just recently buried my grandmother. She was 99 and 9 months old. We just buried her in February. My grandfather, her husband, he lived to be 99 as well, but he died in 2006. But yeah, we just lost her in February. And she did not take, I think she took a blood pressure pill and a cholesterol pill, I think. Thank you so much. But she did not take a lot of medications. She was in her right mind. She knew all of us. She knew all of her children. She knew all of her grandchildren, especially the ones that was with her. She was, it was just her time, But she did not eat a lot of fast food. My uncle who was living with her, he's still gardening. They still ate out of the garden. So she did not eat a lot of processed food. And so I basically chopped that up to their longevity. And all of my uncles, they're in their late 70s and almost 80. So yeah, so they definitely took really good care of themselves. And I think a lot of that is due to eating um, food that they grew. They didn't eat a lot of what we eat now. So I definitely chop their health and longevity to what they ate. Now they will still drink. Don't get me wrong. They will still drink. but they eat really well. My uncle, one of my great uncles, don't live that far from me, and he comes by and get his eggs and so forth. And he came by and got some collards the other day and some green onions. So I guess he's gonna use me to keep from having to do it himself, and I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. So I definitely don't mind at all. So again, I am transplanting some beets that I had started in my greenhouse. Sometimes beets don't transplant well. So this is pretty much an experiment for me. I'm going to transplant these, and then I'm going to put some beet seeds down and just let it do what it do. It's either going to grow or it's not. As far as fertilizers, I do use a all-purpose fertilizer, like a 10-10-10. And then in between there, I have recently been introduced to Alaskan fish fertilizer. So I have been using that these last few weeks. But overall, I use just a regular old 10-10-10 fertilizer, which I use because that's what my grandfather used, and that's still what my uncles use. And so I have not really adapted too much to the new garden styles. I wouldn't say I'm a lazy gardener, because anyone who gardens know that gardening is a lot of work. So I wouldn't say that I'm a lazy gardener, but when I think about gardening, I think about, what will he do? What would he have done? What would he have put down for pests and so forth? And if I get stuck, I just always call and ask my uncles, and they'll tell me what to get or or what to do. I don't really focus too much on a lot of these new things, like like I don't really get out here and try to be like, well, it needs to be watered every day or it needs to be fed every day. And I think about, well, what did they do back then? And so that's my mindset of gardening. I try to make it as easy as possible, and I just kind of think back to how they did it or how they would have done it. And it's been working thus far. It's been working thus far. So hello everyone that's just not joining. As I stated before, this is my first TikTok live. I want to try to do more since I got a tripod and a motion sensor tripod for Mother's Day. So I'm going to try to do more of those. But thanks to everyone for joining and hanging out. Can you guys tell me where you're joining from? Dallas, Texas. Okay, I have family down there. My son just came back from there doing some work. A lot of my gardening as well is I do a lot of DIY projects. All of my garden boxes, my husband built them. My husband built my greenhouse. Um, I try to be as cost efficient as I can in my garden because gardening can get expensive. I'm not real picky about the dirt that I use. I do go get my dirt when I'm topping off my beds because I do have in-ground and I have garden boxes. So when I am topping off, like I will at the beginning of each garden season, I will go to a nursery and get a big load of dirt. It is much cheaper to do it that way. You get a big scoop from the nursery here for like $40 and it will top off all of my beds that I currently have. In the new garden revamp, because I want to do different things in my garden. So I'm going to probably have to get 2 scoops, but that's normally what I do. And then if I'm doing something small, then I will go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get bags of soil. But I do try to be very cost efficient because gardening can get expensive between the fertilizers and seeds and all of those things. But I do try to let things bolt like I'm doing with this romaine. And I'm going to try to this romaine right here. Right here. This romaine, I'm letting it bolt so I can save the seeds. I try to save the seeds because we do want to get to a point where we are not having to go to the store every season and buy a bunch of seeds. So yeah. So that's what I got going on over here now. So let's see what else I have going on. But so I will ask you guys this, for those of you that are gardening, what are you guys doing to keep the squirrels out of your garden? I can't seem to win that battle at all. Whatever I do works temporarily. So what are you guys doing to fight the squirrels? For those of you that are gardening. I don't have problems with deer or anything because, again, I am in the city limits. So I am dealing with squirrels. So what are you guys doing? So far, I've used Repel All. That's like a rodent spray that works until it rains. The other thing I know that works is peppermint until it rains. So whatever I'm using, it just works for a quick moment. So I was just wondering, for those of you that are gardening, what do y'all use to fight squirrels? Happy gardening to you as well, because I am feeling defeated with these squirrels. I am feeling a little bit defeated. No matter what I do, it's just a temporary fix. So, and they're digging everything. Whew. And I'm trying to get this stuff down because here it's been raining consistently for the last few days. So I'm trying to get these in so that I can get some fertilizer down. And you can make peanut butter and roll them. Man, everybody keeps telling me that if I feed them, they will stay out of my garden. Well, I'm already feeding greedy hens, but it looks like that I may have to put something on the other side of the yard so that they'll go over there. Everybody keeps telling me that that's the way to go, so I guess I need to stop being hard-headed and listen. But shine, I gotta feed them too, man. But I wonder if I buy it, like, how long does the food last? Like, if I were to get, I did plant garlic, and I don't know what type of squirrels I have, but I did plant garlic, and the squirrels dug up 2 of the garden stalks. But let me tell you, I don't know if some of you guys follow me or not. I have a few pineapple tops that I'm growing, and I set them out the other day. And so, because it was real sunny and I wanted them to get some sun, I took them out the greenhouse and set them out. I came outside, and one of them had not only dug out the garden top, but they dug out the pineapple top and took it with them and just left the pot that it was in. So I don't know what type of squirrels I got, but they dug up the garlic. They dug and took the pineapple top. I think they eat and feast off of red pepper flakes. They eat the red pepper flakes. So I don't know what else to do. So the only thing left to do is where everyone a suggestion to put a feeder on the other side of my yard. So I don't know. I truly do not know what else to do. I mean, if they're feasting off of the cayenne pepper, and then they are hauling off the pineapple top and planting them in their own garden, I don't know what else to do. I truly don't know what else to do. Don't know what else to do. So, but yeah, they are atrocious. I don't know what type of squirrel. Yeah, yeah, gangster squirrels. Because every remedy that I've Googled online, all that stuff, I have gangster squirrels. I feel like that's what they're doing. They dug up the garlic bulb and took it. They took the pineapple top. And that's what makes me believe, because across the yard where I showed you where the muscadine vine is, that is literally across the yard. And I had 2 volunteer tomato plants over there. And so I dug those out and put those in the pot. I don't know what type of tomato plants they are, so I'm just letting them do what they do. But it was literally across the yard. So I don't know if the squirrel took a tomato over there and ate it. More than likely so, but it was across the yard. So with that being said, I guess they are starting their own garden. I don't know. But it seems to make sense to me. But it seems like they are starting their own garden. But that's the only thing that I can think of as to how they got over there. So we're gonna plant these, plant a couple of these dark red beets over here, and then I'm gonna plant some more lettuce over here. And these are just these right here from the Dollar Tree. I haven't had any problems with them. And so I'm just gonna, I just throw them down, spread them out, and work them into the soil. I don't sit here, and I just kind of make sure they're spread out evenly and just kind of turn the soil. It's not the traditional way of doing things, I know, because the thing says plant a 1/2 inch deep. So I just kind of come back over and turn over the soil, and they tend to get down in there about a 1/2 inch over here. They don't bother my beets. I've had success with my beets the last few years. I've only been at this home a couple of years. But I've been here 2 summers, 3 summers. This is my 3rd summer. And each time my beets have grown. I juice my beets a lot. I don't like cooked beets. I only eat them juiced. And so I grow them for that purpose, because I don't like beets. Yeah, I don't like beets. Yeah, so for those of you that missed the tour, I see that some people are saying that they missed the tour. I do tours on my just regular page. So if you go over there, you will see tours over there. I actually did an updated small one today. I got a lot of staking to do. I was lazy when I planted my tomatoes this year, so I got to figure out a way to get those staked up so they won't tumble over. But yeah, if you go over there and you follow me, I will most definitely. I also follow everyone back, because I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. I'm always trying to learn. I have some olas down. I will be doing a video on that soon. Do you guys use olas? It's something that's been around for a long time. That is one of the new things that I will be doing this summer. Is some olas, because I will be away doing some 5Ks and stuff. And so, when you're away, those olas help. And it kind of help during the when it's really hot here in North Carolina. It does get really hot. It doesn't get Texas hot, but it does get really, really hot. So I wanted to try some Olas. I do have watering spikes where I turn upside down water bottles, and those are made out of terracotta as well. They work okay, but I do want to try some Olas. I have ordered some and I have made some myself. I have ordered some and I have made some myself. So we're gonna see if the ones I make are actually cheaper, because they can get pretty pricey, like $30 each. And when you have a large garden, that can be pretty expensive. So again, I try to be as hands-on with my garden as I can, and try to be very cost efficient. So I am trying Olas this year. What else I got going on? That's just about it. I think the new things that I am planning for the first time, because I do have a soap business, so all natural soap business. So I am growing loofahs for the first time. So because I want to attach them to some of my soap baskets. So I am growing my own loofahs. So wish me luck on that, because that's something new as well. I'm going, and I'm also going hardy kiwi for the very first time. So that's something new as well. So loofahs and hardy kiwi are first for me. And I think that's about it, really. I think that's about it, really. Nothing much else is really going on. But again, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm gonna try to do this more often. Whether I'm doing projects in the garden or what, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much, Contessa. I appreciate you stopping by. I am getting ready to go in for the night myself. I'm going to water these beets in with some fertilizer and water, and then just let the rain from the weekend handle the rest. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Toodles.